Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to install ELK stack on Windows. In this tutorial we'll be installing the ELK stack on Windows Server 2008 R2 Service Pack 1. At the bottom of this video you'll find links to download the install folder with all the relevant files for this tutorial. I already put it on my C drive, install folder, log server folder. Open the ELK install Windows text file for all the commands in this tutorial. Okay, you need to check you have Chrome or Firefox installed for browser and also Notepad++ for easily editing the files. So the first thing we need to do is open command prompt as administrator. Set the Java Home environmental variable. Install Java. Most of ELK is a Java applet. Okay, once that is done, we need to install Node.js. Node.js will be running the web server for the ELK stack. Okay, next thing we need to do is to extract all the ELK stack parts to a folder on your C drive. Let's create that. First we will extract Elasticsearch. Okay, next part is Logstash. Okay, and the last third part is Kibana. Okay, we'll also be using NSSM to install Logstash and Kibana as services in Windows, so let's also extract that. Okay, next part is to copy the Logstash configuration file from the install directory into the Logstash folder. Okay, let's verify the file is there. Logstash bin and Logstash config. Okay, what basically this file does is to tell Logstash to listen on port 514 for syslog messages and to send all the syslog messages to the Elasticsearch. So in this tutorial we'll be using Logstash, the ELK stack, to receive syslog messages and display them in Kibana. Let's go to the next part. Now we will configure the Elasticsearch. We'll be also using a COPF plugin for Elasticsearch to create an index pattern. Okay, sometimes it will not get the Java Home environmental variable, so let's try to close and open the window again. Okay, here we go. The plugin is installed, and next we need to do is to install the Elasticsearch service for Windows. and configure the service using this command. First, we need to change the startup type to automatic to automatically run on Windows boot and start the service. Okay, great. Next part, we can verify that Elasticsearch is now running by browsing to this URL. And we can see that Elasticsearch is running. We have a JSON from the web server. Next part, we need to go to the COP plugin that we just installed to create an index pattern. So again, let's browse to this URL. Here in COP, to create the index pattern, you need to go to More, Index Templates, create one. You will give it a name, logstash, and the body, you need to copy the content of indextemplate.xml file that is also located in the install directory. Just edit the file, copy the entire content and paste it over the body and save. So now we have an index pattern for Elasticsearch and Kibana to use. Let's go to the next step. Now we have installed the service for Elasticsearch. Now we need to install also the services for Kibana and Logstash to run automatically as Windows boots. For that, we need to use NSSM. It's a simple service manager that will help us do that. We'll cd to its directory and use the NSSM install command to install Kibana service first. The path for the Kibana service should be the file we extracted earlier to the log server Kibana folder. So let's search for that, log server Kibana bin Kibana patch file. There is no arguments for Kibana, so we can just install it. Okay, next we need to do the same for Logstash. The path also is in the log server Logstash directory. Bin Logstash patch. Here we do need to add arguments for it to run the number of instances for the number of CPU cores you have on your server. So the W argument stands for the number of cores. That is the number of instances of Logstash that will run. In this example, we have only one core, so we'll go ahead and use the one. And also we will define the logstash.conf file that we copied earlier to use port 514 syslog messages. Let's install that. Okay, now we have all the services installed. We just need to run them. We'll do that in the services of the Windows. Elasticsearch is running. Let's find Kibana, start that also. Okay, it's running, and Logstash. Okay, we can verify these are running first by going to the Kibana web interface. So Kibana uses default port of 5601 for its web interface. And we can see Kibana is running. There is no default index pattern because there are still no data sent to the Elasticsearch. Okay, to send some basic data to the Elasticsearch via Logstash, we will be using a PowerShell, some PowerShell commands to send some simple syslog message. So go ahead and PowerShell console. The commands are in the send syslog ps1 file that is also located in the log server install directory. Just copy its content to the PowerShell console, and this will send a simple hello message on port 514 to the localhost. So now data should be sent to Logstash. You can also see that data has been sent to Logstash in the COP plugin. You can see there are documents or data here. So we can create our default index pattern because Elasticsearch has received data. So just click create and you have the default index pattern from the index pattern we created in COP. So if you go to discover, we will able to see our hello syslog message in the Kibana. So we know that all three parts of the ELK stacks are working. Logstash is receiving syslog messages on port 4, is forwarding them to the Elasticsearch, and Kibana are displaying them in its web interface. Okay, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any comments, please add them at the bottom of the video. Thank you and goodbye.